Hello everyone, welcome to the computer group, and today I'm going to do an overview of the Jackery Explorer 240. Jackery, as you know, I've worked with Jackery before for the Jackery Air power bank, and they reached out to me again to do a look at their outdoor power station, their portable power station, basically. This is a unit that you will be able to take with you and use a regular AC outlet, USB outlets, for a very long period of time. So the 240 stands for their watt hour, and that's just the rating that they use instead of like a milliamp rating. And depending on what you have plugged in, you will be able to do certain, for example, they give you, for a laptop, they give you about 3+ hours. It just kind of really depends on what you have plugged in. If you have something plugged in that takes a lot of power, you're not going to get as much use out of it. This is nice for camping trips, if having a work truck, or just something that gives you access to a power outlet. That's one of the main benefits of this, is it gives you a full outlet to use if you need to plug something in and start using it. So on the front of the box, you have what the product looks like. Nothing too special. And then on the side, they give you some specs on how many hours you can use certain devices. And that is just an estimate, do keep that in mind. Just depends on how much your particular unit, how much power it actually uses. And then if you flip it onto the back, you get some more specs on it and everything. So for instance, if you have this plugged in to charge, it takes about 7 hours to charge and 7 hours in your car at 12 volts. So this doesn't take, it takes quite some time to charge. But again, you won't have to charge this. Once you charge it once, you should be able to get a long enough standby time to be able to fully use it. And it has a digital display on it that tells you how much power is going in or out of the unit. So you can kind of depend on what you need to turn off and what you don't. And if you don't have any of those means, an AC plug or a car port, or car to plug this unit in, they do sell an optional solar panel that you can use to plug in and charge this particular unit. So that's kind of a really neat idea that they gave you. So on the back, they do say a portable power station can be carried anywhere, provided charging anytime, and get recharging easily from a compatible solar charger. And then this is a lithium-ion battery. The unit itself weighs about 6 pounds. The charging port input goes anywhere from 12 volts to 30 volts. The output, this is one thing you do have to pay attention to. The output, it does have an AC 110 volt and a 1.8 amp plug. with a pure sine 200 watt continuous power, a 400 watt surge peak, and then your 12 volt car plug that you can actually plug in something that has a car plug that usually plugs into your cigarette lighter. You can plug that type of device in. And then the USB ports are 5 volts and carries about 2.4 amps. So kind of cool. So yeah, on the box they do give you an example on the devices. Like a 5 watt light can last you about 40 hours. You can charge your phone for about 20 recharges. Of course that depends on the phone battery, how big your phone battery. For television, 3+ hours, and that shows about a 32-inch television, and then it shows about 3+ recharges on a laptop and 6 hours on a car cooler. But again, that's just a rough estimate that they give you. But yeah, let's get this bad boy open and see what we have inside. I'm very, very grateful that Jackery reached out to me to allow me to review this, because I've actually kind of wanted to get my hands on one of these, because I've started noticing these pop up more. I know Jackery makes one, and then I know there's gobs of them on Amazon. But Jackery is a brand that I've used before, and I kind of trust Jackery. So that is why I would probably use a Jackery branded one over some off-brand on Amazon. So let's set the box to the side. And by the way, this does run about $300, so these aren't cheap. So you really kind of got to depend on the usage you're going to be using this for. So yeah, so this is what all comes in the box. You get a case, which I'm assuming this case is to keep like all the chargers that they give you in. So inside this box, we have the charger and the charger AC cable. So the charger looks kind of like a typical laptop charger. Not to lie, it looks like a typical laptop charger. So I'm kind of curious to see if you could actually maybe get a universal laptop charger and it would charge this. That'd be kind of interesting to see if you could do that. But of course, if you do happen to lose that, I'm pretty sure Jackery can send you another one. And then they give you the plug to plug into the car to charge this in the car if you need to charge it in the car. They give you a user manual. One thing that they do say on the box when you first open on the flap and also on the first page of the pamphlet is to charge the battery first. So that's probably just to get the maximum life out of this. I'm not quite sure what the maximum life actually is on this. And I don't think they mentioned it anywhere. This does come with a 2-year warranty, so if something was to go wrong within the 2 years, I'm pretty sure Jackery would take care of you on that. But that's the only assumption I can think about this, is it's just a carrying case for all the chargers and all that. Okay. So on the front of the device, we have your import port, your USB slots, 2 USB slots, and then your AC plug that can handle up to 200 watts. And now each one of these actually have the option to turn completely off. So if you want to activate like the power plug, the AC plug. You just push this button and it turns green and it shows. And on the screen, I don't know if you can tell, I can actually set it over my other camera over here. On the camera actually shows that the your battery life, the input charge that's going in, and the output charge. As you can see, just kind of the steady rate right now for the output, for basically checking if there's something plugged in, is about anywhere about 3 watts to 2 watts. And then you can turn each one of those off and it turns the main unit off. Your car plug right up here, 2 volts, turn on, and you'd be ready to plug something in. So that's kind of all that's on the device. If you turn around, it's got some ventilation and some more ventilation. And on the bottom, you just have like their sticker and their serial number. And then you have this handle. Overall, the product looks durable. It's made of heavy plastic. So that's really nice, because they do expect this thing to get roughed up. Because this is more aimed towards the outdoor, for outdoors, which you could probably come up with a usage indoors to use this. So that is really cool. The one thing that I've wondered, I haven't reached out and asked Jackery about that, if you could technically use this indoor and have this plugged into like a, I don't know, for instance, a television, and use it kind of sort of like a battery backup if the power goes out. Not real sure which I wouldn't use it for that. But one thing that I could probably come up with a usage for this is for my studio lights. Use this for my studio lights. That's another thing that I'm kind of curious about. Is I would assume you'd be able to plug in something into here to split it to like a sort of like some type of power strip or something. I would assume you could, but again, that will use a lot more power. So I can't wait to get this out and review it, because I have really actually wanted to try one of these. But overall, that is about it. That kind of wraps it up on this video. I am very grateful that Jackery sent this out. I can't wait to try it out and see. And you can actually see inside the vents that this thing is kind of full of batteries. And this vent over here does have a fan on the unit. So if this unit starts getting hot, the fan should automatically turn on and start working. But on this end, you can actually see, I think, some of the internal components. But yeah, hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I can't wait to get this outdoors and try it and see how well it works. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. And hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.